Mod time is here once again. Oh my goodness, today's gonna be a fun one. In total, 11 mods released. All platforms got 7 new and 2 updates. And PC Mag players got 2 updates as well. We may not have a bunch of mods today, but we got some cool ones. We're also going to look at the Volvo FH16 that was re-released yesterday after I finished the mod video. You can check the timestamps to see what you want to see first, otherwise let's jump right in. Starting off, new ones for all platforms are the CLAAS Axion 930-960 TERRA TRAC 20 years. This is basically a special edition of the TERRA TRAC version of the Axion. We have in the edition section the standard, we have the 20 year, which we get a nice orange on the back. Looks kind of cool. Also, the rims look absolutely epic. And then we can switch it over to the 20 years black, which changes everything to black, but the rims stay. Again, I think that looks so cool, man. That looks so cool. However, whenever you go with those, you lose all of your customization options, so be aware of that. Speaking of, what do we get? Well, we've got engines between 355 and 455, wheel brands from Trelleborg, BKT, Vredestein, and Nokian, and you can change a few of them to standard and wide tire setups. Silver and black exhaust here on the side. Wiper side, this is neat. Get a wiper on the side window? That's pretty cool. And then you can add GPS, which unfortunately doesn't add anything on the inside. Then we get into window tinting. You have a standard set and we get a black tint, although it is just lightly tinted and is only the rear window. And then a 3-point. So this adds a PTO to the front, so you can have it or not. You can also go with black rims if you go with the standard version here. I always forget to read out the basic specs of this stuff. $355,000 will get it for you. 355 horsepower to start with. Variable transmission, 870 liters of fuel. Goes 24 miles per hour, weighs 16.2 tons. In the game and checking out what we can do with it. And unfortunately, nothing. There are no animations, no nothings, no IC. It just is what it is. Now, it is very cool and it is super pretty. What's our case over there? This must be an old save game. So if you guys want to jump in and check this one out, definitely do that. I think it's very cool. Also, so we have a few other things too. So the front axle suspension has been adjusted. Let's see if we can take it over a little bit of a bump over here. Ooh, everything looks very good actually. So I've got my favorite spot right here to test suspension. Yes, it is. Oh, look at that. Look at that movement. Yeah, you don't get that with the base game stuff. And then as far as our tracks, oh man, look at that articulation, baby. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, so this one's a little bit more than just a straight up move over, paint it up, and do different. This may be one of the best Axion TERRA tracks that we've got. Man, I tell you what, if you like CLAAS tractors, you definitely got to go get this thing now. If you like blinky blinkies, the next one is for you, the Kodiaq Convoy Pilot. This bad boy is going to cost you $45,620. It is got mostly the same customization options that we've seen in the base game, as well as a couple other mods as well. You've got the regular and the RS version. You've got the Sagittarius and the Sagittarius Arrow parts. Like the Arrow, we'll go with that. And now we get into the roof. The roof is on fire. Let the agriculture convoy go. And we've got forestry on there, and then the exceptional one. We also have a flashy blinky blinky, which I love. Only amber lighting on there. We're going to show off the beacon light next, because beacon lights don't do anything else anywhere else. It is only on this thing. So if you go with nothing, for example, beacon lights do nothing. I'm gonna have to re-record the section because I couldn't figure out what it was because I didn't go with the top. Anyway, I like it a blinky blinky, so we'll go to blinky blinky. Then you go to the red white markings. It is not only going to put some markings on the front, you're also going to find some markings on the rear. Then we get into LED flash, and this is going to add different parts. So like here in the windshield, for example, you get a small blinky blinky, then in the grid, and then you get both. And then you add them on the mirror, and then you can pick between those three. And then you add them on the back. So on the back right here, we get some. And then you can add all of those together to get the most blinky blinkies of all time. Around towards the front, we get a couple fragrance trees. You got France in there, you got Germany, and you've got USA. And then we talked about the beacon lights already. Plus we got main color. Not a lot of colors to go off on though. They are very, very bright with their lights. I got stuff everywhere, dude. So with this one, well, both of them for some reason, I don't know why, but they both have the fold and unfold animation. However, this is the only one that actually unfolds anything, and that's what it does, is it raises and lowers that section. If you go with your blinks, it turns on the beacons plus whatever you've got turned on there. If we go over here, that is all of them. It could be a little bit much. I think it's cool. I love it. But yeah, it can be a lot. If only you could change them up with like blue and red and stuff like that, maybe for a future update. Now we get into something very cool. The tractor pulling sled is here. This one is very cheap, $6 grand for this, and that is it. Very cool. It's got a variable transmission because yes, it does drive 505 liters of fuel, goes 31 miles an hour, believe it or not, holds 20,000 liters of liquids and weighs 25.8 tons in its current configuration. Now, what can you fill it with? Well, quite a few things. You could even fill this with milk if you wanted to. However, I think the more responsible thing is to fill it up with water. Or slurry. You can mess with people. Basically, you hook up to this chain and you pull, but you will have to unfold the sled in order for that to happen. And it kind of digs into the ground there at the front. You can add some additional weight onto the back in 1,100 kilogram chunks, all the way up to 13,200 kgs. Front decal on here, you got your dead weight, Case IH, Challenger, CLAAS, Deutz-Fahr, you have Fendt, Fiat, JCB, John Deere, Kubota, Mack, Massey Ferguson, New Holland, Paladin, Rigid TRAC, Steyr, Voucher, Versatile, Volvo, Zyder. But I'm gonna put dead weight because that's the name of the vehicle. Then on the back you can go dead weight. You've also got sponsor setups here as well. This is pretty cool. So powered by Deutz Lizard Motors. You got all that stuff on there as well. I think at one point it had a giant software logo on it, but I can't remember. Anyway, on here we could throw a guard on there, so if you're not kicking up rocks or anything, definitely recommend adding that. It is free, so you may as well. You've also got flags on the back: USA, Canada, Brazil, Australia, European Union, or NANA. We'll go with the USA flag there. Trailer hitch. You can technically hook multiple of these together. I don't know why you would, but you can. I wouldn't, but you can. Then you can change up your main color with all of the colors, including 4 different toothpastes. You have regular toothpaste, matte toothpaste, metallic toothpaste, and chrome toothpaste. So we're going to go with chrome toothpaste. And then we have multiple other colors as well, including rims. Now there's really only one tractor that I'm going to pull this with, but you can use just about whatever you want. But see, right here is not a great place for it, and it would be weird if I used the pulling tractor to get it to where I want it to go. You know, I've got a mod installed that gives me a little bit of extra exhaust, but this one's ridiculous. So there's 2 ways that we could transport this bad boy. We can turn it on, and we can actually drive it wherever we're going. Now we got a chain in the front, and that's what we hook up to, and yes, it does move around. But yeah, we could just simply drive this wherever we want to go. It steers very well. It's extremely maneuverable as well. But if you wanted to, you know, transport it, well, you could do that too. So all we got to do is pop out the semi-attacher, and bam! Just like so, we get our semi-attacher. And yes, we could still drive it around, but let's go grab a semi-truck and load this thing up. Nice and easy. Oh, bam! Now, you may look at this now and go, well, hang on, wait a minute. That's not the way I want that to be. And it's cool. We got you, man. There's another thing you can do, and that is going to be to lower the front, which lifts up those front wheels only, and that allows you for transport. And now you're ready to go. You don't have to have it on if you don't want to. Probably picked the wrong truck, honestly. This is a little bit slow. I also don't think it's rated for pulling this much weight. It's a little low. This poor truck, hang on. This truck's got a 1,600 horsepower engine instead of 400. Yeah, that one works. See, it is a little low. However, nothing a little speed can't fix. And we're across. And now we can deliver. We'll back up just a little bit because something interesting. On the bottom, the chain is still there, technically. So, oh yeah, I forgot to put the wheels back down. The chain is still there technically. So we have to basically move the chain back in front of it. So you can see right there, the chain is always there. So if we got our semi-truck set up, the chain kind of gets pushed around a little bit. So you can, you know, just be aware of that. So we'll flip this back out, get our wheels ready to go. Boom, just like so. And we can also fill this thing up with water, as we mentioned. So, you know, you could pull beside a water thing. I'm just going to cheat it in because I think it's fun that way. Boom, 20,000. Water. Bam! It weighs something out, doesn't it? All right, Mr. Diesel Express. What can you do here, Diesel Express? Deer Express. So we're going to pull it up here to where I'm going to start. About right there. There we go. That ought to do. Should give us plenty of dirt. We got a big cultivated field. And so now we just make sure that we've got the sled selected. And then we are going to click lower and extend right up there. Lower and extend. Click that. And what it's going to do, it's going to lower down. So now it gets real difficult to move. And the front's going to come down. And I think it's already too much for this. It definitely is. You can click that again. Basically, it's folding and unfolding the trailer, allowing for easily pulling forward and not. Yeah, so that'll go back. The wheels go down. And I'm pretty sure that I overdid it. So we're going to empty the water out of there. And we're going to do this again. So my advice, unfold. And as soon as the wheels fold up, go. So that way you can kind of get an idea of how you're doing here. If you've got somebody in the back, they can steer it for you. And we got that weight coming down. Oh, I think it's gonna stop. It stopped right there. And you can test all kinds of stuff. As long as it's got a trailer hitch, you are good to go, man. Good to go. That's fun. Oh, we're stuck. Can't do any more. That's all right. Click unfold. The weight goes back. And we can go ahead and detach from that as well. The wheels pop up. And we can back this thing up back to where it was and do it all over again. Next is a mod that came out yesterday. So this was not included with today's offerings. I just wanted to toss it in here before we get into the tools. I think this was a good spot, the Volvo FH16. So this pack has two models. You got the regular and the electric. Boogie, oogie, oogie. Both of these are a 2-axle only, so you're not going to be getting any more. However, the modder has said that they're working on more. This is the modder's first mod as well, so be aware of that. In here, we do have the regular cabin stuff. Basically, they've just kind of added some extra things onto the already existing FH16. So you can see we got that chunky arrow there at the front. Engine options 600 and 780. We've got a couple different wheel setups as well. However, it does seem like pretty much everything stays exactly the same other than the rear tires. Would be cool if the wheel setup just had like rear tires 1, 2, 3, whatever, something like that. Saying just standard over and over again doesn't really do much good. As far as your sun shields, we got a couple of those as well up at the top. Just kind of does colors. That's it. There's no design other than a nada, basically. Then you've got your mirrors, standard or camera. Camera's cool, but it's not actually using camera. It is actually just mirrors inside, but you don't know that because it kind of turns on, turns off. But it does appear that they've used the mirrors function for that. They are way more clear than the cameras being used with the new Mercedes DLC. So I'm assuming that's how they've done it. They've just got some mirrors that are avoiding collisions, I guess. I don't know. It looks pretty good, though. It does look very, very good. Mirror colors, you've got those on there as well. Regardless if you're using cameras or the regular ones. Your designs in here, that's just going to be your front lip and a couple of little bits and bobs all the way around. As you can see, those changing up. Decals, we have quite a few of these as well, which all look very, very cool. The FH16 one was my favorite, but kind of like this one too, man. Design number 4, it's looking great. And then we get into Nada again, mud flaps. If we swing them around over here, I don't know if that's decals again. We've got different setups for your mud flaps. You can raise up that fifth wheel right there. You can raise it up to clear the bits and bobs at the back, which is very, very cool. Then we swing around. So this aero parts color This should be lower because actually aero parts is down here and you don't really know what you're doing until you put those on. But furthermore, aero parts main and design does nothing because main and design are the same color. So there's that. We also have side planks color on here, attachers, which is going to be at the back right here. So you can see we've got, side plate, there we go. So you can see we can raise up that fifth wheel, which is cool. Again, standard 2 does nobody any good. Just say raised fifth wheel or whatever. And then aero parts we already talked about. And then we have colors for all the stuff. So you got main, design, grill color, grill secondary, grill edge, mud guards, hubs, and rims. It's got plenty of options as far as our options go. So you can see there, that is your setups again. Is it cameras? You know, I'm not sure. It is weird that they stay on when we're out of the the truck's off and they're still on, so they're definitely mirrors. But it does have the little Volvo logo whenever you go in, which looks kind of cool. I like that. It's neat. It's nice touch. Very cool there. Do we have animations for anything? I could see my dude here getting fat. Where is he? Yeah, there he is. Yeah, we got the steering wheel. Stuff on the dash works. See if I can prevent myself from crashing around. We are bouncing around a little bit, which is good. Trucks like this, they move quite a bit. This is definitely moving quite a bit inside as well. I like that. That's cool. And then we have, well, supposedly we have animations, but they've saved them for PC only, it looks like. We can raise up that arrow bit there, but at least with this setup here, let's see, let's check out this setup here. See, is there anything else? There's not even any animations for this one, so there's that. If we check out the IC, we are able to, let's see, open a door there, going around the outside. I assume we can open this one too. Yep, we could do that. We will jump in. Here we go. Go into first person, enable all of that. There it is. Close them up. I assume these are windows. Is that lock and unlock? Oh, there we go. There's that one, and then that one. Nice. Go and roll that back up. No signal. Not sure what that is, but hey, there you go. Seat belt. I reckon. Oh, that's what that is. It's a seat belt. Interesting. And then we can open and close that from there. Let's see. We got interior lights only. That's neat. Sunshade. How cool is that? Doesn't look like there's any radio controls. Sunshade over there as well. Anything back here? I wouldn't expect it to be, but still very neat. All right, so we got a couple animations for IC. But yeah, there you go. Nonetheless, the Volvo FH16, again, came out yesterday. It's done okay. 4.5 stars and 69 votes. Nice at the time of recording this video. Now we move over to tools. We have the Kverneland Turbo2. This is a 4.2 meter cultivator. It is folding, which can be nice, especially for super small maps. A couple different designs here, so you can throw on these tines at the very back. 120 horsepower required, 4.2 meter work with at 8 miles an hour. Next, we got a spreader for fertilizer and lime. The Amazon ZAS 330. 330 liters will hold 12 meters and 12 miles an hour. Pretty simple. Next is the Lizard Weight Pack. This is actually just a PC conversion. It was the Sonorol Weight Pack. This was released 2 days ago, at least when I'm recording this. As you can see, we have multiple different weight options. We have mouse control, and you've got colors on here as well. I did check the mouse control, and it seemed like basically it just raises and lowers. That's about it. And your last new one for all platforms today is going to be the concrete BunkerSilos. In here we have multiple different ones, and they're so big I couldn't put them all down. They're large, very, very large. So we've got some U-shape and we've got some straight drive-throughs. Pricing's pretty affordable as well. And it does appear that they'll be able to hold quite a bit because they are insanely massive. So of course we've got here, we've got a version a little bit shorter from there. And then we have the same links, but in a U shape. As a matter of fact, the one that I placed down right here, that's the smallest one. Smallest. The littlest one. But you can pop them together like this. Boop. There's 5. They took up my entire placeable area on Riverbend Springs. Ridiculous. Checking out some updates for all platforms, we have the Fortschritt ZT Tractor Pack. This will be version 1.5, and it is everything listed down at the bottom. You got IC points fixed, rear window animation adjusted, exhaust effect adjusted for engine start, new wheel configurations installed, we got mirror protection configuration added, collision based on weight added, we also have mouse control and interactive control selectable, tire adjustment for console, rotating beacon adjusted. We also have wheel hubs adjusted on the front axle, decal color selection adjusted, license plate position and shape adjusted, license plate lighting installed, steel silo wheels installed as rollers, wheel collision adjusted, new mud flaps added. Bam! What an update. Whew. I ran out of breath. Fortunately, the Goldhofer STZ-VP pack from HR Forced version 1001 is much shorter down there at the bottom. You got attacher adjustment for the Mercedes-Benz DLC and automatic hold system disabled. Now we got a couple updates for PC and Mac to round out the video. The first one is FrechDachs Map 4X 1.3, and it is another big one. Holy cow, they do say with version 1.3 you will need a new save game, so be ready for it. So getting into it, we have grass and field grass can now be harvested with the Forage Harvester Mower, adjusted the LOD distance for the grain trade, adjusted realistic ground deformation, adjusted translations for the following languages. You can read through those and find yours. Also adjusted the clip distance for several objects, fixed standard warning, foliage LOD 1 mesh meadow, grass and field grass, adjusted animal feeding, added in-game help, added 32 ground ankles, adjusted animal barns, adjusted bell cell at grain ag, added patches, 1.11 changes, there you go, added custom productions, fertilizer, seed, lime, feed production, water disposal, separator, and composter. Adjusted production cycle for large and small grain mills and bakeries. Added gameplay tips for the start menu. Wow, can't read today. Adjusted mission vehicles. Stone mission has been added, and greenhouses have been adapted. And lastly, we have an update to interactive control, aka IC. This is going to be version 1.2.0. We have a translations for Ukrainian and Turkish, added various error and warning feedbacks. We also have added interactive controls, loading without configurations, added a Daimler truck pack vehicles on some vehicles, fixed and improved the hover timeout, fixed interactive function loading, fixed invalid vehicle state on loading error, and fixed the attacher joints attach detach outdoor updating. This is a mod that I've just recently kind of started to get into a little bit. I've never used it a lot, if ever, only when modders requested it, but had more modders requesting it lately, so I'm leaving it installed. And there you go. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like if you did. Get subscribed if you're new. Enjoy the DjGoHam fam. Double check those notifications. That way you never miss videos like this one. We also released a blog this morning talking about onions and how they're going to work with some new production chains. So definitely check that out. If you haven't seen it already, onions will be coming with the Highlands Fishing expansion in less than 2 weeks. Oh my goodness. November 4th is coming around very quickly. Hey. Man. All right. Well, hope you have a great day. Enjoy playing with the mods. It was a weird outro. We'll see you guys in the next one.